She is one of the most powerful mutants in the Marvel universe. A woman who can summon hurricanes with a thought and freeze the air with a sigh. To the X-Men, she is Storm. But to the people of the Serengeti, she was a goddess. But what if I told you that the idea of a weather-controlling African queen wasn't invented by Stan Lee? For over 2 centuries, a real line of queens has ruled in Southern Africa. They don't command armies, they don't govern through politics. They rule because their people believe, truly believe, that they control the clouds. Today, we are traveling deep into the mists of the Limpopo province to meet the Modjadji dynasty. We will uncover the secrets of the real Rain Queens, investigate the rituals that supposedly kept the land alive, and find out just how much of the X-Men's lore is actually true history. First, let's look at the legend we all know. In the comics, Ororo Monroe is an orphan who wanders from Cairo down to the plains of Kenya. Before Professor X recruits her, she isn't a superhero. She is worshipped as a local deity. When she is happy, the rains come and the crops grow. When she is angry, lightning strikes. Her emotions are literally the weather report. This specific detail, that her mood dictates the survival of the land, is the key. It's the detail that links her directly to a real-world monarchy that has existed since the 1800s. But to find them, we have to travel 3,000 kilometers south to the land of the Balobedu. In the misty mountains of South Africa live the Balobedu people, and for the last 200 years, they have been ruled exclusively by women, the Modjadji, the Rain Queen. The legend begins in the 1600s with a scandal. A princess from the great Monomatapa Empire fled her kingdom, supposedly carrying the secret magic of rainmaking. She settled in a secluded valley, hiding from her enemies. Over generations, this secrecy became their armor. The Balobedu kings were eventually replaced entirely by queens. Why? Because in a region plagued by brutal droughts, the person who holds the water holds the power. This reputation was so terrifying that even the great Shaka Zulu, a man who conquered nearly everything in his path, refused to attack the Rain Queen. Instead, he sent her gifts of black cattle. He didn't want to risk her cursing his land with drought. Just like Storm, her power was a deterrent. You don't fight the weather, you respect it. One of the most striking similarities between Marvel's Ororo and the Modjadji is the theme of isolation. In the X-Men, Storm often feels apart from humanity, elevated by her power but lonely. The real Rain Queens lived this loneliness. Traditionally, the Rain Queen was the great she-elephant. She was not allowed to be seen by common people. She communicated through male counselors. She was more spirit than human. She had no husband in the traditional sense. She took wives, ladies-in-waiting from noble families, who tended to her, and she bore children with anonymous consorts whose identities were kept secret. This ensured that the power remained strictly matrilineal, passed from mother to eldest daughter. Just like the genetic mutation of the X-Men, this was a gift strictly for the bloodline. Remember how Storm's emotions control the elements. If she loses her temper, a tornado touches down. The Balobedu believed the exact same thing about the Modjadji. The queen's state of mind was a matter of national security. If she was sad, the rain would be a slow, weeping drizzle. If she was angry, lightning would strike the cattle. If she was content, the gentle rains would nourish the maize. Every November, a great ritual is held, but it isn't just magic, it's diplomacy. The queen doesn't just summon rain, she mediates with the ancestors who control the clouds. She is the bridge between the earth and the sky. But this power came with a dark cost, a cost that Marvel never included in the comics. In the old traditions, the Rain Queen was not allowed to die of old age. She was the personification of the land's fertility. If she became frail, the land would become frail. Legends say that when a queen's powers began to fade, or when she became too old to perform the rituals, she was expected to commit ritual suicide by drinking poison. Her spirit would then pass immediately into her daughter, ensuring the rain never died. While Storm fights for freedom and chooses her own destiny, the real Rain Queens were prisoners of their own divinity. They lived and died for the rain. It wasn't a superpower, it was a sacrifice. The dynasty continues to this day, though it has faced tragedy and modern struggles. The last great queen, Makobo Modjadji, passed away in 2005. Today, the nation waits for the next heir to come of age. The world has changed. Satellites predict the weather now, not rituals. But when the clouds gather over the Limpopo Valley and the thunder rolls across the mountains, the locals still look up. They don't see a cold front, they see the mood of their queen. Marvel's Storm is a hero who commands the elements, but the Modjadji were women who served the elements. They are a testament to the power of belief and the role of women in African leadership long before colonial borders were drawn. So the next time you see Ororo Monroe summon a hurricane to save the X-Men, remember, she has sisters in the real world, and their story is just as magical. If you enjoyed this journey into African mythology, you need to check out our next video on Is Vibranium Real? The Mystery of African Meteorites. Check out our page to watch more stories, and don't forget to subscribe for more true past stories.